The topic of interest I'm very interested to talk about in this speech is all about the oppression and discrimination of BIPOC. It means black, indigenous, and people of color. All that was mentioned earlier has been racially targeted since then and now. Since the start of the pandemic virus, many BIPOC had experienced racial trauma, hate speech, hate crime, xenophobia, and assault daily in relation or regard to the virus, which is COVID-19. They have further been exposed to systemic racism and xenophobia against, and the existing inequalities that create barriers to the enjoyment of basic human rights. It is important to acknowledge this fact as we move towards change and healing. Holding onto hope is the key in this aspect of moving forward. This is not to the only discount what is being felt in this moment, but to hold on to the idea that healing is a possibility or a chance, which is so important in finding our way forward. It is no surprise at all that all of this has been normalized before. Sadly, these communities were also underrepresented and also underestimated. Right now, their culture and traditions were somehow took away and some were made as a trend online. And to think of that, that painful past is still present till today. I would also want to mention those other people, mostly of no color, to think that they have the right to talk all over us and can still discriminate against others. All because of the color of their skin, when it's an organ that holds other organs inside and protects us. Most discriminated folks always describe to others how such things as racial bias and discrimination hold them and us all back. We may often hear that we, the youth, are the future, or as Jose Rizal said, sa kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan. It may be a true statement mentioned by people, most of the elderly to be exact, considering that we are next in line for the positions held currently by our elders. We have still yet time to convince and educate people, some or most people who are uneducated first to fix every wrong, bad, or corrupt thing that's happening right now. The more they can learn about it, our hope for the world or the future will be a great or a better place. We can educate various people by listening to BIPOC, addressing racism, centering their voices more, and listening to their problems or issues happening. Take social action in many forms, whether it be voting or volunteering in your community. No matter the form of social action, being involved in change can be helpful in processing experiences too. There are various ways or things you can do now to get involved. Their voices matter every time they want to talk something about they are concerned about. Let them talk about systemic obstacles to equal opportunity and equal justice. And if any of them are telling you whether to delete or is willing to educate you about something, like a post, because they find it offensive or disrespectful or insulting. Who are we or you to discredit that and put down their honest explanations about what they feel? It's all okay to admit your mistake, as it's not embarrassing or wrong. To create changes, we have to re-examine, reanalyze our views and actions in light of a pain that is deeply felt by a community but is too often ignored by others. Issues of human dignity will not be accepted by it just standing on the sidelines. with every breath we take. Every time we educate someone ignorant or uneducated, we must commit to being that change and to create a better, more just world for everyone. Use your privilege, whether it be online or publicly. Lead with the shared values that are justice, opportunity, community, equity. Thank you for your kind and patient attention. I hope you find it very well interesting. That is all. Thank you so much for your time watching and listening to my speech. Have a good day or night.